I'm going to be making a functioning Eye of Sauron in Minecraft. Now, the biggest hurdle with this isn't, actually building it. The real problem is figuring out what is a functioning Eye of Sauron. I don't even remember what it actually does. I think it just looks at stuff. So I guess it's an eye that you look out of that's on a tower. I decided to build this in like 3 segments, and on top of each of the tower segments, there'd be a walking platform for people to look around. And in retrospect, this kind of defeats the purpose of, the eye. And also, you can't even really see stuff from up here unless you turn up your render distance to like 50,000 and look over on the edge. Oh, and I also did something with World Edit to make the walls slanted. The eye was already very difficult to do, even without the redstone. I had difficulty with the shape. I couldn't do it with World Edit on its own because it's not an odd number of blocks wide in dimensions. So I had to manually build the eye. If you want to know the real challenge with this, it wasn't in the actual shape. No, it was the redstone. Basically, how it's supposed to work is that you throw down an ender pearl, and then it's triggered here. That is simple. The problem is, how do I trigger it from, anywhere that isn't in the eye? So I decided, hey, what if I threw a snowball up, had a skulk sensor, or to detect that, and then, it went up. Turns out, literally everything else within here, including like the pistons, detect it, which is why you'll sometimes see wool in an attempt to find it. But even then, one skulk sensor wasn't enough to find it, so I had like a chain of skulk sensors going up. But even then, that was still messy, so I decided, you know what? No, a tower of redstone torches, target block attached here, and now it works. This is how you get from the tippy top of the tower to inside the eye. The only issue with the system is that, well, you need to throw another ender pearl in the bubble vader each time. But the good thing about this is that getting down is pretty easy. So yeah, after texturing the tower and adding this crown thing at the base of the eye, we were pretty much done with all the lore accurate stuff, because we all know that in the Lord of the Rings, Sauron is sitting in his own eyeball projection thing. I think he must have had like an actual body to wear the ring and to try to take over the world. So yeah, you'd think after all that I'm pretty much done, right? But if you know me, I love building impenetrable forces. Okay, we have made, the exterior of the tower, and, we've made it function as well as, we could figure it out. I usually make these in a way that, you could hypothetically build them yourself in survival. So let's just say that there's probably some glitch that lets you move, zombie spawners from dungeons. Or, you randomly rarely get a bunch of zombie spawners right, on these coordinates. Basically, my plan was to have a bunch of zombie spawners inside the tower, and then there would be a redstone door that would open up, and all the zombies would come out and attack people. The problem was the door. I could not make a redstone door that fit within the space of the wall that would push the block flush into the thing. I tried making it 2x2. I tried shrinking the door. I tried everything, but I could not make a 2-wide piston door that would work. So I decided, screw it. If the zombies can't get out, then no one can get out, or in for that matter. I hate having to do this. Actually, I probably should make each of these a different kind of block. So that way, this is genius level strats. Since there are no stairs, the invader will have to dig it up, and they're gonna have all sorts of different blocks in their inventory. It's gonna be is such a little inconvenience. We already have something like that with the, you know, the cracked bricks and the regular bricks. I'm just gonna have regular bricks. Um, this the zombie does not have armor. Why doesn't it have armor? What what the hell? Why? I hate these drop updates that change how commands work. I'm pretty sure if the zombie can pick it up, then well, not if the zombie picks it up, then you know, well, it should be able, well, to not despawn. The thing is, not all zombies can pick up loot, so yeah. I have come to the tragic conclusion that apparently baby zombies spawn with a default lower chance of being able to pick up stuff. So my child soldier army will never be truly realized. I decided to start spawning in husks instead of zombies because while they don't have a higher drop rate, they do give hunger when they attack someone. So, oh yeah, that will be something. Now, to those of you minions who don't have a full set of armor, I guess just stay in the back, and if the guy next to you dies, you can pick up his stuff. I added some other stuff to this tower, you know, other levels, but I think I did a pretty good job about what I did. And it's totally lore accurate, you know. The zombie level the and the extremely colorful floor patterns to clog up people's inventories. That's all there in the exclusive extended edition that you didn't see it, you know, but it's there, you know. But anyway, that's all for now. With this, maybe I'll make some more additions later on. Maybe I'll come back to this and try to see how effective this actually is. But that's all for now, folks. See you next time.